Good evening, creatures. Auntie Menace here. Tonight, we present to you in honor of Women's History Month, Ada Langworth Collier's Lilith, 1885, Book 1. Pure as an angel's dream shone paradise. Blue mountains hemmed it round, and airy sighs of rippling waters haunted it. Dim glades and wayward paths o'erflecked with shimmering shades, and tangled dells and wildling pleasances hung moist with odors strange from scented trees. Sweet sounds o'erbrimmed the place, and rare perfumes, faint as far sunshine, fell among verdant glooms. In that fair land, all hues, all leafage green, wrapped flawless days in endless summer sheen. Bright eyes, the violet waking, lifted up where bent the lily her deep fragrant cup. And folded buds, 'gainst many a leafy spray, the wild wood's voiceless nuns knelt down to pray. There, roses, deep in greenest mosses swathed, kept happy tryst with tropic blooms sun-bathed. No sounds of sadness surged through listening trees, and waters babbled low. The errant bees made answer murmurous, nor paled the hue the jonquils wore, nor chill the wild breath grew. Of daisies clustered white in dewy croft, nor fell the tasselled plumes as satin soft upon the broad-leaved corn, sweet all the day, o'erflowed with music every woodland way. And the sweet jargonings of nested bird, when light the listless wind the forest stirred, straight as the shaft that against morning sun the slender palm uprears, the fairest one, the first of womankind, sweet Lilith stood, a gracious shape that glorified the wood. About her rounded shoulders, warm and bare, like netted sunshine fell her lustrous hair. The rosy flush of young pomegranate bells dawned on her cheeks, and blue as in lone dells sleep the forget-me-nots her eyes. With bent brows, sullen creased, swart Adam gazed intent upon a leopard, crouched low in its place beneath his feet. Not once in Lilith's face he looked, nor sought her wistful downcast eyes, with shifting shadows dusk and strange surprise. "O love," she said, "no more let us contend. So sweet is life, anger methinks should end. In this our garden bright, why dost thou claim ever the highest place, the noblest name? Freely to both our Lord gave self-same sway, o'er living things, love, thou art gone astray. Twin-born, of equal stature, kindred soul are we, like dowed with strength. Yon stars that roll their course above, down looking on my face, see yours as fair in neither aught that's base. Thy wife, not handmaid I, yet thou dost say, I first in Eden rule, thou then hast sway. Must I, my Adam, mutely follow thee, run at thy bidding, crouch beside thy knee? Lift up, when thus dost bid me, timid eyes. Not so will Lilith dwell in paradise. Mine own, Adam made answer soft, 'twere best thou did forget such ills in noontide rest. Content I wake, the keeper of the place, of equal stature, yea, of self-same grace. Nay, love, recall those lately vanished eves, when we together plucked the plantain leaves. Yon leopard lowly stretched at my command its lazy length beneath my soothing hand. At thee she snarled, disdaining half to sheathe 'neath thy soft pleading eyes her milk-white teeth. Oft, love, In other times in sheltered nook we scattered pearly millet by the brook. Though thine lay barren in the sand, quick mine upspringing sifts o'er pale blooms odors fine. Hateful thy chidings grow, each breeze doth bring ever thy plaints, thy fretful murmuring. These days I grow weary of thy sighs. Know, Lilith, I alone rule paradise. Thereat he wrote, and quick at every stride the fawning leopard gambolled at his side. So fell the first dark shadow of earth's strife. With coming evil all the winds were rife. Lone lay the land with sense of dull loss paled. The days grew sick of heart, the sunshine failed, and falling waters breathed in silvery moon a hidden ale to starlit dells alone, as sometimes you have seen 'neath household eaves 'mong scents of springtime in the budded leaves. The swallows circling blithe with slant brown wing, home flying fleet with tender chattering, and all the place o'errun with nested love. So have you come when leaves hung crisp above. The silent door, yet not again, I ween, though shining wings cleaving the air have seen, nor heard the gladsome swallows twittering there, only the empty nests, low hung and bare, spake of the scattering brood. So lonely were to Lilith grown her once loved haunts, nor fair the starlit nights, slow dropping fragrant dew, nor the dim groves when dawn came shifting through. Far among the hills the wood dove's moan she heard, or in some nearer copse a startled bird, or of the white moonshine 'mong green boughs overhead, wrought her full heart to tears. Sweet peace, she said, alas, lies slain. With musing warn she brake, at last her silence, and to Adam spake. Beyond these walls I know not what may be, islands low fringed or bare, or tranquil sea, spaces unpeopled, wastes of burning sands, green wooded belts and clasping summer lands, or realms of dusky pines, or wolds of snow, or jagged ice peak wrapped in purple glow. Spaces unpeopled, wastes of burning sands, green wooded belts enclasping summer lands, or realms of dusky pines, or wolds of snow, or jagged ice peaks wrapped in purple glow, or shadowy oceans lapped in fadeless sheen. Yet there were paradise, were Lilith queen. To dally with my lord I was not meant, to soothe his idle whims above him bent, warm in my milk-white arms, lull his repose, nor deep in subtle kisses drown his woes. Wherefore, since here no more dwells love, I fly to seek my home in other lands. For why should Lilith wait, since Adam's empty state more dear he holds than Lilith's desolate? But answer soft made Adam at the word, for faint his dying love, yet coldly stirred its ashen cerements. Nay, my love, our home within these garden walls lies safe. Would thou roam without? Sweet peace by lost wilt thou restore, one little loss, or miss it evermore? In goodly Eden, Adam, safely abide. But I, for peace, nor love, nor life, she cried, submit to thee. Unto our Lord I own allegiance true, my homage his alone. Oft I have watched the mists athwart yon peaks, pursuing oft past coves and winding creeks, have thought to touch their shining veil outspread in happy days ere love, alas, was dead. So now farewell, ere the new day shall break, adown the gleaming track my way I take. She turned, but ere the gate that looked without she reached, one fleeting moment paused in doubt. upon a river's brink. In one swift glance, all coming time she saw, a weird romance wherein she traced great peoples yet unborn, new springing cycles, strange lands cleft with tarn, or pleasant vale and green plain stretching far, the quiet bays and many a shingly bar, and troubled seas with bitter perils past, and elfin shapes that jeer flitted fast, with scornful faces, leering lips that smiled, or bursts of laughter through that vision wild. Uncertain then she stood, half loath to turn. Against yon deepening sky how dimly burn the stars new lit! Dear home, thou art so fair, she fondly sighed. Then sudden she was ware the angel near her paused, whose watchful care guards Eden's peaceful bounds. Serene his air, so tender sweet, so pure the gentle face, she scarce dared look upon its subtle grace. Sad were his eyes, his words rebuking fell soft as the moonshine clear in sleeping dell. My sister, go not hence, lest these gates bar Lilith forever out from peace afar. Anger and pride shall lead through distant ways, thy feet reluctant in the evil days. All is decreed. At yonder southern gate, behold, waits even now thy princely mate. Thou canst not tell which hath in our far land the highest places, nay, nor indeed whose hand hath grasped the noble fame, nor yet divine, whose brows enwound with honor brightest shine. In pleasant labor lurks no thought of pain, the greatest loss oft bring the noblest gain. The heart's warm pulse feels not one throb of strife, and love is holiest crown of human life. Ere thou didst sleep beyond the rim of night, I heard a voice that sang the carol light, scarce earthborn seemed, so sweet the matchless strain, its cadence weirdly lowly to breathe again. Rapt echo, listening, half forgot, and o'er the joyous birds unprisoned soar. The free notes rose, and in the silence wide, across the seas, across the night, I cried, O sinless soul, whose clear voice blithely rings 'gainst the blue verge of stars, 'tis Lilith sings the happy song of love. O love, the tint of light divine thou'st wearest, thou hast no hint of storm or turmoil, or of sin's rough ways, whose feet to heaven climb through darkest maze. Ah, Lilith, sure the love that basely weighs, that stoops to count its gifts, and hoarding says, such and so many, these indeed are mine, I hold the treasure dear, nor covet thine. This is not love, 'tis thrift in borrowed dress, deceiving thee. Love giveth free largesse, with open hand, clean as the whitest day, yea, that it gave, forgetteth it straightway. Beyond these walls dwells bliss that lives not here, when thou hast bartered peace, outshining clear, and storm-tossed wide art wildly driven hence, the outer world gives thee no recompense. Each shining sphere that trembles in blue space hath orbit true its own familiar place, nor doth the planet pole that gems the night reel wanton down the smallest star to smite. No twining vine, tendril, or springing shoot e'er taught thee so, for bud and leaf and root doth its best self lift upward into light, yet climbing still scorns not the sacred right. So pattering rains the dark roots drink, and healthful juice slow drains deep 'neath the mold, and with their secret toil bear stainless leaf and flower above the soil. Noblest the soul that self hath most forgot, strongest the self which hath most humbly wrought. Purest the soul that in full light serene, unquestioning and rapt, God's field doth glean. I have seen worlds far hence. Thy tender feet bleeding will tread their stony ways, and sweet its love, and wedded love, grown cold and rude, more bitter seeming makes dull solitude. Hast thou forgot his words? Lo, this fair spot, made for your pleasance, see ye mar it not. O twin-born pair, so richly dight with grace of soul and stature, unto whom the place I give, together rule, bear equal sway over all that live herein. Has Lilith sought a solitary reign? Has she in aught offended? Nay, 'tis Adam who doth break the compact. Therefore, unhindered, let me take my way far hence. I shall not vex his soul with fretful plaints, where unknown stars shall roll far, far away, she sighed. Yet ere these bounds thy feet pass, linger, Lilith, list glad sounds that greet thine ear. Slow cycles will pass on, and in time to be bright years grow wan. Old planets fade, new stars shall dimly burn, but not to Eden's peace shall thou return. Oft from thy yearning heart glad hope shall fail, thy fruit of life lift bloom all sere and pale. Certain small comfort bides, when joy is gone, in great or less, grim sorrow waits to lead thee on. Sorrow, thou hast not seen her pallid face, in thy most troubled dream she had no place. Nay, I depart, she said, with lips grown chill, fearless and free, exiled, but princess still. I may not hinder thee, the angel sighed. No soul unwilling here may ever bide. Slow swung the verdant gates 'neath saddest eyes, and Lilith forever lost fair paradise.